When children are at the epicenter of a criminal act, shock and disgust are common reactions. But when these crimes of rape, abuse, and even murder become normal for children to go through across the entire world, it raises the question, what will be enough to stop these criminals from acting like monsters in the first place? So far, the answer is nothing. This is Prime Crime, a WION special series. I'm your host, Dharamjot Kaur. Welcome to the show. When you think of a 15-year-old's life, what is it that comes to mind? School corridors, exams, friendship, laughter, dreams about the future. But for Kawthar Al-Husayjawi, childhood was tragically cut short. For her, the danger did not come from outside her home. It came from those closest to her. And this is her tragic story. Kawthar was born and raised in Nahrawan, a district of southeastern outskirts of Baghdad. She pulled out of school and at just 13 years old was forced into marriage with a man who was significantly older than her. He was also reportedly struggling with alcoholism. What followed was not the promise of a happy marriage. It was, according to reports, a year marked by fear and violence. Day after day, she endured abuse at the hands of her husband. Eventually, unable to bear it any longer, Kawthar fled. She returned to the one place she believed would protect her, her family home. What she could not have known was that the refuge that she sought in her own home would become the setting for an even greater tragedy. What awaited Kawthar at home was not the freedom that she hoped for. According to the reports, her return was met with strict restrictions and relentless pressure to reconcile with her husband. But Kawthar refused. Determined not to return to the marriage, she reportedly warned that she would rather end her own life than be forced to go back. For a moment, it appeared her resistance had prevailed. In the year 2015, her divorce was finalized. To Kawthar, it may seem like the ordeal was finally over. But the calm was deceptive. The relief she felt would be short-lived, and the countdown to another tragedy had already begun. A cousin of hers, who had recently been released from prison, approached Kawthar's family with a proposal of marriage. Kawthar refused. She reportedly knew of his involvement in drugs and alcohol and feared that she was being pushed towards a future that was disturbingly similar to the one that she had just fled. Once again, the 15-year-old stood her ground. But this time, her objections carried little weight. Her family approved the marriage, adhering to a deeply rooted custom that, in their view, placed a man's request above a woman's wishes and her decision. A wedding date was set. As the day drew closer, so did Kawthar's desperation. She feared that another cycle of abuse and violence awaited her. And so she ran away. But the 15-year-old teenager's escape was short-lived. According to the account, she was spotted by a neighbor and then abducted. For 3 days, she was held against her will. Later on, by her own account, she spoke of suffering terrible things during that period, but never publicly revealed full details of what she really endured. She expected support. Instead, she faced suspicion. Members of her family believed that she had in fact left willingly. Even when surveillance footage reportedly showed her being taken by force, those closest to her refused to accept her version of events. The evidence was there, but for Kawthar, proving the truth would not be enough. She was questioned repeatedly by her father, her uncle, and her fiancé. Then one day she was taken to an isolated area on the outskirts of this city. And that was the last time that she was seen alive. According to reports and accounts from her own relatives, she was murdered. 10 bullets pierced into her body and her head was split with an axe. She died. Rather, she was killed. But instead of grief, instead of remorse, there were celebrations in the family. Later on, allegations also emerged that a police officer was approached to falsify records, suggesting that she had been kidnapped and then killed. But the case did not remain silent. Women within the extended family began speaking out. They shared her name, they shared her photograph, and images of those they believed were responsible. All of that was circulating through social media and other media pages in a desperate bid for justice for a 15-year-old. And if justice was not immediately possible, they said they at least wanted one thing: the right for Kawthar to be buried with dignity. Her body, without a shroud or ritual washing, was passed between holes. But what does justice look like in a system where honor killing, and yes, this is honor killing, is not always explicitly recognized by law? Because under Iraq's legislation, a person who kills his wife or a close female relative after discovering her in an act of adultery may be punished by imprisonment for a period not exceeding 3 years. For the crime is not viewed as deliberate or fully constituted murder, but rather as a family accident which has gone out of control. What's worse is that the country has a law of late which legalizes the marriage of children as young as 9 years old. The question now is, will the teen who was killed by her own family, the men of her family, finally get justice?